The region that got its railway back 10 years ago. 10 years have passed since the transport scene in the Scottish borders was transformed. On September 6, 2015, the first passenger services ran on the new rail line between Tweedbank and Edinburgh. 3 days later, the Queen officially opened the route on the day she became Britain's longest-serving monarch. It brought trains back to the region for the first time after the closure of its old line 46 years before, but how is the railway viewed now and what does the future have in store? Dave Romanis was selected for a golden ticket and got a special trip on the Borders Railway a day ahead of other passengers in 2015. His father worked on the old Waverley Line and he campaigned for it to be retained before it closed in 1969, so he was delighted to see it reopen. "My dad would have loved it to bits," he said. "It was a great feeling to go up the line again." He is a regular user of the line to this day but said overcrowding could be a problem and on one recent trip passengers could not get on after Galashiels. "The rest of the station's people just had to walk away, and that's a real shame," he added. Alan Lees, from Galashiels, uses the railway 2 to 3 times a week. "It's fantastic, I never take the car to Edinburgh now," he said. "There have been complaints about delays, but I find it fairly efficient and it's even better now that they have taken away the peak fares. I think the Borders Railway has been a great success." Susie Pow is from further away from the line, in Hawick, and can remember the original railway in the Borders. She said she hoped it would eventually be extended to her hometown. "It is brilliant, thank goodness the railway has returned to the Borders, and when it comes to Hawick even better," she said. "It has lived up to all expectations." The route has also proved popular with people coming from outside the region. Gaynor Rothwell, from Rosyth, said her first ever trip on the scenic railway had been a success. "It is a nice and relaxing journey with lovely views," she said. "We've been meaning to come down to visit Abbotsford for some time and the railway was the best way of getting here." Built at a cost of nearly £300 million, the project saw 30 miles of new railway constructed along with 7 stations, 4 in Midlothian, Shaw Fair, Eskbank, Newton Grange and Gorebridge, and 3 in the Borders, Stow, Galashiels and Tweedbank. Early passenger numbers exceeded initial estimates and have recovered post-COVID to more than 1.7 m per year. Annual usage figures peaked at nearly 1.8 m in 2018 but they returned to similar levels after the pandemic at more than 1.6 m last year. In total it means more than 13 m journeys on the route. Not everyone, of course, is a fan, particularly of its price tag. There have also been concerns about whether its benefits have been felt across the Scottish borders as a whole. Among users, a common complaint has been the number of carriages and overcrowding of services. One early report claimed it was beset by cancellations, delays and unreliable trains. Still, campaigners hope to see the line continued on past Tweedbank to Carlisle with stations, potentially, at Melrose, St Boswells, Hawick, Newcastleton and Longtown. Funding is in place for a feasibility study to look at that option. Marion Short of the Campaign for Borders Rail said they would keep fighting to see it happen. "We've been at this for 26 years so we are definitely not going away, we are not giving up," she said. "The roads round here are notoriously bad so it is about time we had better transport connectivity." Transport Secretary Fiona Hislop said the line had delivered major economic and social development opportunities, along with a fast and efficient railway. She said the recent announcement of investment in electrification of the line showed the Scottish government was not resting on its laurels. Ms. Hislop added that they wanted to realise the full economic benefits of the Borders Railway. Network Rail's Director of Strategy and Investment in Scotland, Catherine Hall, said the project had been a phenomenal success in every sense. "It really has exceeded original expectations, revolutionising the Scottish borders economy, increasing business investment, driving footfall, boosting tourism and improving work and leisure opportunities," she said. Dr. Mark Taylor, a lecturer in civil engineering at Edinburgh Napier University, said extending the line would be no easy task. "It is a challenge but the railway engineers of the country I am sure will rise to that challenge and deliver this new route," he said. "We are going to need hundreds if not thousands of people to be involved." There's a significant amount of work that has to happen before we even start to think about digging holes in the ground or laying railway tracks. In the village of Newcastleton, where an extended line might have a station, Greg Cuthbert said they looked with envy at the railway. One can see the difference the line has made as you travel past Tweedbank, Gala, Stowe and on into Edinburgh, he said. He said that ranged from housing to business development and a confidence not found further south by those who lack that connectivity. We applaud those who made it happen in 2015 and what it's done for so many borderers and hope one day to step out onto a platform in Newcastleton. Only then will we all see a benefit of the Borders Railway, he said.